Thanks, Terry, and for all the presenters that have come before. I think my messages will be very much echoing what we've already heard. Some thanks and acknowledgements are definitely in order this morning, and certainly our province has shown a great leadership in getting here, and especially Bruce and your team at Department of Energy. We can't say enough of the hard work you've done, and our municipal leaders, both big and small, at the county level, the town level, and then certainly at the village level on the island of Briar Island, have been instrumental in getting us here, along with literally thousands of Nova Scotians who have invested their time, resources, and their own personal savings to see energy projects occur around the province. A lot of dreams represented here today and what the potential could be. We've heard a lot of we've had dreams for years. There's waking dreams, there's pipe dreams, there's daydreams, and then there's the dreams that come true. So I'm hoping today that's the, we're awake, aren't we, Jim? We're not sleeping anymore, are we? I'd like to, again, acknowledge the, I'm pleased to be able to represent the 50 shareholders and people that have gotten us here today, and would particularly like to point out folks like Jim Houthouse and Norma Dakin from Westport, who founded Funday Tidal, along with Brian Watling, Vince Stewart, David Wilson, Doug Bertram, all business leaders in our community. And of our 50 shareholders, I think it's every from Weymouth to Yarmouth to Smiths Cove to Tiverton. You'll see a lot of folks who have come here. So after 7 years, we're an overnight success. No more so than the municipality of Digby and the town here, who have put so much effort into promoting all renewables in the area, and in particular tidal, which I think is our key resource. Along with getting to this point, a lot of volunteer time, a lot of energy spent, but in particular, I have to acknowledge the work of my colleagues, Greg Troust, Jamie, where's Greg, and Jamie Ross on getting us here. But also, I see Jeff from ACOA is here. Your support in getting us to today has been very, very appreciated. And as much, our good friends at Acadia, Dalhousie Community College, and the academics that we work with have probably been one of my favorite parts of working on this. We sometimes are shy Nova Scotians and rather humble, and I didn't find the government touted their own horn very loudly today. There is a bunch of firsts going on. The first is this community feed-in tariff. There is no other tariff that demands that majority ownership reside in communities for energy. We have a history here since 1972 of that certainly not being the case, and this is a return to the way it was 100 years ago. It is unique, and in the world we're fielding calls on how do we do that here in British Columbia, in Oregon, and in Scotland. On top of that, you'll notice that 4 of today's recipients are community investment funds. I'm pleased that 3 of them I was personally founder of, so it's a good day for me in many ways. It is a unique thing, the way that we pool our money together in Nova Scotia, govern ourselves, and have put those monies to work, not only in renewable energy, but my favorite port pub in Port Williams, funeral homes, coffee merchants, etc. It is unique. PEI has just picked up this very same model. We're now hearing British Columbia do the same, and my friends in Dominican Republic would like to see a similar type of program that enables local folks to invest their own money. So I'd like to make sure that we acknowledge the CEDIF program, and along with credit unions, which were also started in Nova Scotia, we have a unique place in the world on financial instruments, which doesn't sound much to us. We have to pool our money together and work together. We can't afford a case of beer, so we all chip in on one, is the way I put it. The other first is certainly a big one, and I'll speak specifically to Tidal Energy. 2 tariffs are proposed for this province. One is the one we're hearing today, a small-scale tidal feed-in tariff. I would like you to know that is the only one in the world. This is the only place to make money in tidal power. The second tariff is about to be established for the Bay of Fundy for large-scale projects, also signaling to the largest companies in the world this is the place to come, not only because we have the energy, but we have the experts, the supply chain. Everybody we need on our project is pretty much in Digby County sitting here right now, and that makes us particularly happy. I also think that today's announcement for Digby Gut is the first realization of a dream of the municipality and the town and our good friends at the port. A lot of work has gone on to attract the tidal industry to be here and to have Digby Port's growth and expansion to service that industry. I've always maintained this is not just a place to deploy our boats and our services, our engineers and marine folk up to Parsboro area to support force. It is one of the finest places to make energy. So you are now doing it as opposed to talking about what will come. Digby County and Digby Port, we have a project to build here. We have a lot of work to do. It's been good working with you so far. Now we actually have to work even harder. And I hope that this leverages the supply chain and the work and this port to play a much larger role in the development of tidal power. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Briar and Long Islands, Westport, Tiverton, Freeport. This is where it began. The vision of those people attracted myself and many others to jump in on that. We do have our applications in process for those key projects. I think you from Digby know there's a little more tide down there than here, and they are significant resources. We have always had dreams of a green community, of attracting business around what we're doing and locating a research and development center there, which we believe will be an international world-class place to test, demonstrate, and make energy. I didn't mention our good friends ORPC from Maine here today, and New Energy Corporation who couldn't be here, but we have a lot of international and national partners who will play a significant role, and thanks for being here today as well. A lot of big vision. My experience in Nova Scotia is if your ideas are too big, often people think you're crazy and don't listen to you. And I got to take my hat off to Jim and you folks down there that have big ideas and take a lot of flack for 7 years to get to where we're at. This is a big vision for tidal energy. It's much more than Digby County itself. And we have a Canadian Marine Renewable Energy Roadmap that lays out these targets. We are in the federal zone to be supported here in Nova Scotia. Provincially, we have our own strategic plan about to emerge, which will firmly look at the large stuff up in the passage and the smaller efforts in communities. And again, a significant plan here. It's more than just creating energy. It's about creating work, jobs, and long-term sustainable exportable services around the world. We have what we need, and I think it's up to us to lose at this point. For all those big visions and goals, I really like the humble one that began this at a kitchen table over tea. And how do we bring the kids home? That's where this all began. I know it sounds simple, but that was the goal of Jimmy Outhouse and the rest. And how do we keep our kids here at home, and how do we have good jobs for a long time? So big ideas, perhaps starting from very humble, simple goals, and I think we're well on the route there. And it makes our motto a little more poignant. When we were at Acadia, everyone left this province, my whole graduating class. We all leave, we all come back, hopefully 9 or 10 years later. And I don't think you need to leave anymore to go big and stay home, which is our model. Go big and stay home. That's good for me.